What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. Now, I know everybody is on a high after the Katt Williams interview on Club Shay Shay with Shannon Sharpe. Like, that could have been an absolute special. That could have been a comedy special. The way he had jokes for every single person he named and things he said about, like, that was crazy. I mean, he had smoke for Michael Jackson, insinuating Michael Jackson was gay, and him and Chris Tucker was on some funny style stuff, talking about Cedric the Entertainer, looking like a walrus. I mean, talking about Steve Harvey, Toupee, with having a man unit. And I mean, Ricky Smiley and Tyler Perry only knowing how to play women. They know how to be real good women. All that type of stuff. I mean, he had jokes for everybody unloading the clip, right? But I'm looking at the overall consensus. I'm looking at the comments on YouTube because that's what I do. I browse through the comments and I'm looking at what people are saying. And I see a whole lot of people on there. They like, man, Katt ain't tell one lie in that interview. He told nothing but the truth. Nothing but truths. I ain't hear nothing but truths. Nothing but the truth. The whole truth. All he told was truth, 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 truth. I ain't hear one lie. Nothing but truths, truth, truth. He's a truth teller. All he told was truths. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, the lie detector test determined that was a lie. Okay? Because, although it was extremely hilarious, it was entertaining. And yeah, some of what he said, I agree with. I agree with, like, a nice amount of things he said. But the man was out there embellishing, and he was, like, as the young folks say, he was capping a lot in certain parts of that interview. One of the main things I had a problem with was him saying Cedric the Entertainer was not funny. Dog, I don't care whatever gripe you got with Cedric the Entertainer. You're not going to get me to believe Cedric the Entertainer is not funny. I don't care what he's talking about. He's talking about he ain't got his last, he ain't got a Netflix special or nothing because they've been terrible. His special's been terrible. Bro, that special Live from Nashville, it was on Netflix in like 2016. It came on Netflix. That shit been funnier than the last two stand-ups Katt Williams has done. Hands down. Like the joke with the Bominicious joke, look that shit up, y'all. Look at the Fetty Wap joke. All them jokes on there, most of them jokes on there was hilarious. Without question. That whole special was funny. I had my son, mama watching the special. My mama, my sisters, my daddy, my stepmama, my cousin, them, all of them was, I'm talking about, on the floor rolling around laughing. And we didn't see Cedric the Entertainer be funny as goddamn Father Doug in a haunted house. Don't believe me? Look up Father Doug, Cedric the Entertainer, Father Doug on a haunted house. I bet you your ass start having a heart attack laughing, right? We seen him be funny on Barbershop, Johnson Family Vacation, Kings of Comedy. He was funny as hell. Funny as hell. He did that joke with the in the car joke better than Katt Williams' joke. To be real, his shit was funnier, right? Then, you know what I mean? What he say? Black people, white people, they hope on Kings of Comedy. They hope. Black folks, we wish a motherfucker would be. And I see, like, bro, all them jokes he was funny on. Even the clip, the scene on Be Cool. You know, Codename the Cleaner. The Last OG with Tracy Morgan. He was funny as Cedric Jackie Robinson when he was with Levita Alizé Jenkins on the Steve Harvey show. You ain't gonna get me to believe a lie like Cedric the Entertainer ain't funny. That's a motherfucking lie. I don't care what, y'all can love Katt Williams all you want to. That's live from Nashville special, funnier than the last two comedy specials Katt Williams has done. And y'all know, y'all all said Katt fell off like bad dope in the last two specials. Now y'all back on Katt Williams' train because he got the internet on fire, and that's what happens, right? When you are hot, they come back, they jump back on the bandwagon. What Jay-Z say? First they hate you, then they love you, then they hate you again. You hear me? Like all of that. You know, and now he's smoking, and everybody, all they can remember is we love Katt. Katt is nothing but brilliant. Y'all don't even remember. A couple years ago, y'all was saying his last special was horrible, not funny, and all of that, right? I'm just here to be a truth teller. You feel me? And some of y'all might get mad, but quite frankly, I don't give a fuck, and y'all know that. You know what I mean? Like, because I'm gonna tell y'all right now, the interview was funny. It was hilarious on Club Shay Shay, and I agree with certain things he said, certain points about Ricky Smiley. And that his whole shtick playing an old woman and all of that. And I always said Ricky Smiley and Tyler Perry got the same audience, older black church women. That's why because young people ain't gonna, those characters aren't gonna resonate to younger folks the way you playing them too. Ricky Smiley and them, they got an older black audience. The older auntie them, your great auntie, your grandmama them, You feel me? If your great grandmama living, she like Ricky Smiley and all that. He got them on lock. But I'm like, yo, you got to diversify your catalog to get younger folks to really like your comedy, right? I agree with Steve with certain points about Steve Harvey being disingenuous, saying I ain't never want to be no TV star, no movie. I ain't never want to be no movie star. I wanted to be on TV. I ain't want to be no movie star. And I said, I think that's a lie, right? Because I always said when Steve said that, I thought it was a lie because he went and tried to cut Bernie Mac, Chicago's own, my Chicago brother, tried to cut Bernie Mac out of the Ocean's 11 movie series, right? So he can get that role. Now, Steve might come back and say, man, I was just trying to get that role, not because I wanted to be a movie star, but because I fell on hard times after the divorce. But I don't know if the timeline matches up with his divorce in Ocean's 11. I don't know. But Katt was in that interview embellishing a lot of shit. I don't care what nobody say. He was doing a lot of embellishing. One thing for sure, he don't run no sub 440. That's a lie. Okay, he don't run no sub 440 at all. I don't care. He can tell that shit to y'all. I've been around athletes all my life. He don't do that. No. And he could have been joking when he said that, but he damn sure don't do that. Not Cedric the Entertainer. He ain't read no 3,000 books a year up until he was 13. Now, maybe he meant to say he read 3,000 books up until he was 13, not 3,000 books a year. Still, he ain't read no 3,000 books when up to 13. That's a motherfucking lie. I don't care what. I know some of the most intelligent people in this world. And I'm not saying everybody is the same and every intelligent person have the same tendencies. I'm not saying that. It's very hard to believe that brother read 3,000 books up to a year and he read the whole encyclopedia. Like some shit like, yo, you probably read some of the encyclopedia. You ain't read that whole motherfucking thing. Nor did you read no 3,000 books. Now, like, I know people that went from Morgan Park High School, you feel me? MP. I know a girl, our valedictorian, went to Stanford. You know, my homeboy Derrick Jones at Mississippi Valley State University. My homeboy got a PhD in mathematics. One of the smartest, most brilliant minds that I've ever met in my life. Not just a brilliant black mind. He's a brilliant black mind from the Mississippi Delta. You feel me? Which is powerful. But also one of the most brilliant minds I've ever known. He ain't read that many motherfucking books. Okay? So I'm like, nah. Then he talking about he got accepted into college at 7. Bruh, hell no. Y'all can believe that shit all you want to. I don't. Again, I've been around some brilliant black minds in my lifetime. Not all the brilliant black minds. He would have been in the newspaper or something. He got accepted into college at 7. He would have been in the newspaper. They would have had some article somewhere written just like they do today. And people are going to say times was different back then. No, he would have been looked at as a child prodigy, a child savant, and he would have been in the newspaper. At 7, shit. We would have been able to pull up an article about that somewhere. Not at 7. I'm not saying he's not smart. I'm not saying he's not intelligent. I'm not saying he's not bright, because he obviously is those things, right? And he has a great command of the English language, for sure. But at 7, dog, you ain't gonna get me to believe that. No. And I know for damn sure you ain't read no 3,000 books. You ain't, no. We got to see some. Give us a list of the first 200 books you didn't read. You read first before we believe that. Well, black folks, he showed telling nothing but the truth, Yeah, cause y'all happy that he out and he's back in his bag of why people fell in love with his comedy. He's in that bag. He cracking all them jokes and is making people happy, making people smile, making people optimistic about the future of Katt Williams' stand-up comedy and comedy in general. They feel like, oh my God, this is going to light a fire under other comedians. We're going to get a comedic back and forth that we've been looking for. And hell, times been hard in the economy lately. We need to laugh. And everybody's excited. And that's true. But I'm not going to sit up here and let y'all say he told nothing but truths. Because I'm for real. I look through that shit. I'm looking at it. I'm looking at some of these things. Yeah. Okay. But one thing for sure, two things for certain. Cedric the Entertainer funny than a motherfucker. Okay? I don't care. He ain't gonna never get me to say that. He ain't gonna never get me to say that he ain't funny. I'm telling you, Cedric stuff been funnier than Katt in the last few years. Them stand-up comedy things Katt been doing. For real, I'm just being honest. I'm keeping it a buck. So it wasn't nothing but truths in there. I agree with a nice amount of stuff he said. Michael Blackson ain't never been funny with that mother sucker. I'm gonna make an individual video about that. I never thought that was funny. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. He brought a bazooka to a knife fight, a grenade to a gunfight, or a knife fight rather, and it's making headlines everywhere. And Shannon Hey, it's making Shannon. Look, this shit is almost at 6 million views after one day. That's how you break the internet. Katt was trending all day long, and listen, it's gonna increase his numbers to go do comedy shows. It's gonna have. I mean, he gonna be everywhere. It's gonna have him looking excellent. And people gonna say he been selling out. I'm telling you, gonna sell out in a way he ain't sold out in a while. He gonna sell out like he used to way back in the beginning of his career when he was red hot on fire. It's gonna be something like that because it's gonna translate to that, and he know that. He know. I'm not saying that's why he did it. You know, he probably did. He probably felt slighted by those individuals, and so he chose to come on Shannon's platform because he know the reach that it has. And he fooled with Shannon Sharpe, where he feel like he can engage in some banner, and Shannon will let him get off. You know what I'm saying? Pause. And I say that he'll let him go off and do his stuff. Because Shannon sat down, the camera came on, and Katt just went from there. Shannon couldn't even probably get the questions asked that he wanted to do in the interview. Shannon like, I'm trying to figure out where to go from here at times, right? I need me another drink right there. Ooh, wee. He like, they ain't gonna never come up here. He said, no, they gonna lie. Basically said you gonna have to beat them off of you to come up in here. Oprah coming up in here next, right? So all of that, it was hilarious, but I ain't gonna sit up here and let y'all say he told nothing but truths in there. No, he didn't. You hear me? And you heard it here first. Machiavelli Mills TV, I'm out. Peace.